Good morning, everybody. I'm leaving Home Depot. Now I need to go to Harbor Freight. I need to pick up a piece real quick so I can get some stuff done today. So yesterday, as you guys know, I put a video out. Can a Mahindra tractor and box blade dig a pond? Apparently the answer is no. I thought it was kind of entertaining that, I put the video out, and I just kind of did it to be 100% honest with you guys. We got the tractor, and we had to do some errands, Danielle and I, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go drive out to the property. I'm gonna spend, I think I spent maybe 3 hours out there total, and I was just like, I'm gonna go out there and just see if I can't mess with the pond a little bit, kind of see what it looks like, kind of dig down a little bit, see what the dirt's like, and I was just, might as well film it, it's just trial and error, kind of see what happens and what works and what doesn't work. And I just put the video out, not really thinking much of it. And yes, I do want the pond to work. Yes, I do want to learn how to use a tractor. Yes, I do like to play on the new toy. I am just enjoying myself. We bought 60 acres and you got to have fun with it, and I have a lot of fun playing with the tractor. It doesn't feel like work yet. It will at one point. It'll feel like I'm just working, but just truly trying to enjoy it. And I think I talked about that in the Coffee with the Crockers, I don't know, the last one or whichever one I did, sitting in the dirt. And I said that me and Danielle had talked, and Danielle was like, man, it just seems like maybe you lost a little bit of spark, or you're not as excited anymore, or stuff like that. And I mean, there were things that kind of like, I'm definitely excited. This is our future. I think I know them. That's strange. I don't really know a whole lot of people, but I think I recognize that person. I don't think I lost a spark. It's just more of, there's some stress that comes with throwing down tons of money and stuff like that, to where, it doesn't suck the joy out, but it does make it reality, and makes it to where it's a little scary. And it just, makes it to where, it's, I don't know, not all fun and games, I guess. It's reality of having to spend your savings and, all of that. So I was like, you're right, Danielle. I need to get that little bit of spark that I lost back and just have fun. And there's some stuff that Danielle and I want to do out there that, truly, it'd make a good video. We just can't put it on the internet because the way the internet is now, they censor things. But I guess that sounds bad. We're talking about like stuff like that, just to have fun. And I don't know, it was just something that I wanted to do, and I wanted to just play in the dirt with the new tractor. I mean, I don't know what else to say about that. But I definitely learned in the comments that everything I did was wrong. Bunch of pond experts, apparently. But I think that's the funny thing. It doesn't bother me at all seeing those comments that are, basically just bashing, and it's being like, you're literally wasting your time. The soil around there is not meant for ponds. You have to have a water source. You have to have it on the lowest spot so the water runs into it. You're literally wasting your time, and you just wanting to play around with your tractor. Part of that's correct. Yeah, I do just want to play around with the tractor. It's fun. I had 3 hours to kill, and I wanted to play around with the tractor. But two, most people don't really know what soil there is there. Most people don't know if there's other ponds around. Most people don't even know the idea of what I'm going for. I think a lot of people watched that and thought, okay, Jason scraped the grass off the pond, or what is he's calling a pond, and he thinks it's done. I'm well aware of what it takes to create a pond. I am not a pond expert, but when we were younger, at our parents' house, if you guys watch our parents, Crockers Simply Southern, they dug the pond out. They hired a crew to come in, and with big machines, and I don't remember what it's called, but it looks like a big box blade, and it would just pick up the dirt, and they would just skim it and do all this stuff. And even back then, I thought that was the coolest thing. And so there's no, you know, creeks or streams or springs that feed that. It's all rainwater, and rainwater fills it up, and when they're in a drought, it dries up just like everything else. And I just told myself, I was like, that'd be cool to have a pond. And that was Danielle's dream, to have a pond, and Jared's dream, to have a pond. And I was just like, let me spend 3 hours of my day to try to dig this out. And at the end of the day, the only thing I wasted was nothing. I spent in 3 hours of riding around on the tractor, I probably used maybe 2 gallons of diesel, so $6. If I wasted anything, it was $6 to have fun on the tractor, so I don't think that's a waste. I learned a lot, so if you can spend $6 and learn a lot about a tractor that you need to use to utilize on your property, I don't think that's a waste. And I'll show you guys in a future video about other ponds literally right next to our property, the same soil, the same everything, the same type of dirt and all that. And I don't know, I don't want this to be a rant, because it's really not. I know some people will probably say it is, but the comments don't bother me at all. For a while in my life they did, just because I wanted to please everybody and show everybody that hey, I may not do it the conventional way, but at the end result will work, and this is how I'm going to do it. And I always feel like I need to explain myself, and I don't. I've definitely learned, hey, I will probably never do things the conventional way, and as long as the end result is something that I like, or Danielle likes, or Jared likes, that's all that matters at the end of the day. And yesterday we were building in the room, Danielle and I, and we were, talking about the electrical work, and, not having insulation, and putting tar paper up, and putting the sheetrock up, and all that. And she's like, so if you live in the city, you have to get everything inspected, and you have to every step of the way, you got to do this and that, and they could hold you back from building. And I was like, yeah, that's the beauty of living where we live, or where we bought the property to live. Out there, we are on a chunk of land that has 0 restrictions. We can build any way we want. We can live in a cardboard box if we want. We can dig ponds if we want. We can literally do whatever we want out there. There are absolutely no restrictions. We don't need to fit certain building codes or anything like that. And we'll see comments all the time. They're like, well, actually, oh, that's what it was. Danielle was mocking a comment, and I'm not gonna say what it was in case it was one of you guys or anything, but she was just being funny, and she's like, Jason, you gotta do it like this. And we both laughed and stuff, and then that's when we started talking about all this. But that's the beauty of buying land out in the middle of nowhere with no restrictions. And that was the reason we bought that. That's the reason we did what we did, is because we knew we didn't want to have to build to all the codes and get inspections for every little thing. We didn't want to have to call the city or county just to put a pond in. We didn't want to have to answer to anybody. We wanted just to build how we wanted to build and do most of it ourselves. And this isn't a jab at anyone else, because at some point we'll have to do it as well. But there's a lot of YouTube channels out there that are fairly big, and I don't really watch too many of them, but I'll see their videos pop up and stuff. But they hire out everything they do. They hire people to come clear their land. They hire people to build all their houses. They have people that come in and do all their electrical work, all their plumbing, everything. And I don't have anything against that at all, because in the future we want to build a huge barnuminium. Well, huge, way too big for me to probably build the whole thing myself. and we'll have to hire stuff out. So it's not bashing them. It's just more so right now in our lives, we want to do it. We want to try to learn. And at the end of the day, if you learn something from it, it's not a waste of time. You know, over the last few years, you know, I helped Jared with his house down there, and then I built tiny house and shed the house, and I've helped other people work on their houses, and I've learned a lot about electrical. I've learned a lot about plumbing and framing up, and I learned that I hate drywall. I'm learning now how to use a tractor, what the different implements do. Everything I've done is trial and error, and I am not an expert at all. And it's like the pond video I said, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going to try to learn trial and error. I've never dug a pond out. I have no experience. I have no true, real knowledge of what it takes to dig out a pond. But I do have an idea. You know, I do have a rough idea of what to do. And at the end of the day, if I do all the work on the pond or on the house, the little room, or on the shop or whatever, and at the end of the day, if it's not perfect, that's okay. I learned something, and I could say at the end of the day, I tried it and I learned something from it. Maybe next time I'll hire someone to do this, but I'm a big believer in trying to figure something out yourself before just calling in somebody else. I've always been the type that my motto was build instead of buy, if you can. You know, a lot of stuff in my early days, I didn't have the money to pay people to do stuff, so I just started learning. And the beauty is, if, you know, even if we pay somebody to build the whole barnuminium for us, if something messes up, I have a rough idea how to fix it. That could save us thousands of dollars. You know, if something with the plumbing kind of messes up, or electrical or something like that, I don't have to call a repairman. I could potentially fix it myself. If something happens on the property and one of the lines bust, the water lines, I know how to get in there with the tractor, dig it up, fix the plumbing. I know how to do all it myself. If worst case scenario, a lot of people are saying with the pond that it won't work, I won't be able to dig deep enough. I'm getting a good start on it. I'm getting the foundation ready. So if someone does need to come in with a skid steer or whatever, a backhoe, or, you know, whatever it may be to dig it out, I've already started it. That's less they have to do. That's less that I have to pay them to do. So at the end of the day, I'm not worried about, you know, if I'm wasting my time or my money or anything like that. I'm learning skills, and I'm taking a chance, and I am trying to learn new things rather than just pay somebody. And I think at the end of the day, that's more valuable than anything. And with the pond, again, I spent maybe 2 gallons of diesel, which is about $6. I spent $6 to learn lessons about the tractor. And I think that's something a lot of you guys can learn from, is don't always just jump into hiring somebody to do something for you. Try to figure it out yourself. You'd be surprised at what you can learn. And also, don't jump to conclusions when someone else is doing something if you don't know the full plan, if you don't know every detail. With the pond, I can tell you right now, it'll hold water, and it will be a pond where it is. It will get full of water, and it's going to be an awesome pond. I can't tell you exactly every step of the way, but at the end of this, it's going to be a pond, and it's going to work, and it's going to be awesome. And I think a lot of you guys could take something from that, and it's either, hey, go out there and try to learn some new skills yourself. You're not wasting your time if you try something. As long as you learn something, you didn't waste your time. And then also, don't jump to the conclusion of you know exactly what someone else's plan is. Hey, not everything has to be done a certain way, and this can go into life. You know, there's people out there that are well into their 30s and 40s, and they're going back and getting their high school GED. They're getting a college education. It's everyone doesn't have the same path, but what if, someone wants to be a nurse later in their life? They can go back and get an education and do it later. Danielle did it at a younger age, and that doesn't mean she did it right compared to someone that did it in, later in their life. They both got to the same goal, and that's an awesome, awesome thing. And it's the same thing with a pond. So what if it takes me 3 years to dig it with the box blade? As long as the pond gets there, or I could pay somebody with a skid steer come out for a day or however long it's going to take and get a pond. As long as the end result is what you want, who cares how long it takes you to get there? Who cares how you got there? It's just the fact that you got there. And I think I'll say this and then I'll get off. Years back, I used to record music, and I'd just get on Craigslist and I'd be like, hey, if anyone wants to come record some songs, let me know. And people would message me and be like, well, what software do you use? And at the time, I didn't have Pro Tools, which is the industry standard and all this stuff. I was like, oh, I got this program. They're like, no, I don't want to use you. I only want someone that has Pro Tools. And I said, why does it matter? You listen to the music that I had up and you like the sound of it. Why does it matter how I got it? And they said, I only want to use somebody that has Pro Tools. And I said, why does it matter as long as the end result is what you want? What if I rubbed two sticks together and it made it sound amazing? Who cares as long as the end result is what you want? And too many people are stuck on this blind road that they're on of you have to do it this way, you have to do it this way. At the end of the day, you don't. And I think the Crockers, and I mean like all the Crockers, is a very good example of that. Is everything we do it, we never do it the conventional way, but the end result is what we want. And at the end result, it's an awesome thing to see. So I think somebody needed to hear this, because maybe their life, they have a plan of where they want to go, but they're not doing it like everyone else. Who cares? As long as the end result gets you to where you want to be, who cares if you fall in the same straight line as everyone else? You don't have to stay in that same tunnel vision. Don't do everything the conventional way. Do it how you see fit. Who cares how long it takes you to get there? Who cares how you got there? As long as you got to where you wanted to be, that's all that matters. So hopefully somebody gets something out of this. Shoot Dang Fest details are coming out on Monday. Hopefully you guys, are excited as we are about it. And I guess I'll leave you on that. But I truly hope you guys have an awesome day. I truly hope this resonates with somebody. Guys, who cares how you get there? Just get there. So I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.